Spring is here, and this is the most exciting month for us gardeners. There are so many different seeds that we can start for our gardens and so many delicious edible crops. In today's video, I'm going to offer you 10 of my favourite edible crops to grow in this month. I'll be covering everything from tomatoes all the way up to really exciting greenhouse crops that you can start now. There is a crop at the end of this video that you might be surprised that you can grow in the UK, and I'm really excited to share it with you. If you haven't done so already, I'd love to have you along for my growing journey. Why not hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell to see my videos when they drop. Tomatoes are a wonderful edible crop to grow in March. Watching the seedlings emerge and seeing them grow and thrive is so captivating. You could sow little red tomatoes like cherry types, or you could go into the world of weird and wonderful tomatoes. I am a huge tomato enthusiast here, and I love growing all sorts of different types of tomatoes. I highly recommend that you try Black Beauty, which is a wonderful heritage heirloom variety that you can try. There's also varieties like Ananas Noir and Sartre Lois that are beautiful crops. Whatever tomatoes you choose to grow, just remember to give them a nice warm space to grow. They'll need between 18 and 22 degrees to germinate. Start them somewhere warm and sunny, south-facing window is preferable, and they'll be growing away in no time at all. Follow along with me as I'll be offering you lots of tips for growing amazing tomatoes this year. On from tomatoes, potatoes. Potatoes are beautiful crops to grow, really abundant on any type of soil. They're very good if you're starting out on an allotment or you're looking to cultivate a space that's quite clay and really firm. You can grow potatoes in here and get a lovely harvest of beautiful spuds to eat. There are 3 different types of potato. Salads or first earlies, you've got second earlies which are a little bit more for roasting or mashing, and then you've got your main crop potatoes. Rocket is a very good salad potato, and I highly recommend you try this one. Maris Piper and Cara are 2 really good main crop potatoes that do taste quite good, and try Sapo Mira for another variety that's going to grow really well for you. Have a look online and have a really good think about which types of potatoes you might want to grow. There's lots of different flavour profiles out there and different types of potato for different occasions. You can never go wrong with a salad potato. I use them to boil and put in salads, or I use them to roast and have with a lovely, delicious roast dinner. You can do all sorts of different things with salad potatoes, so if you're worried about which varieties to try, Rocket is the potato that I recommend for you. Peas and beans can also be sown in March. Peas are a wonderful plant to grow in this time of the year because you can start growing them up, and they do really well in this sort of varied temperature that we have at the minute. It's really warm when I'm filming this right now. It's about 17 degrees out here, but it's also going to drop next week to about 5. So you want plants that can withstand those sorts of temperature fluctuations. Broad beans can also be sown in March, and if you don't have time or space to grow them, you can also buy these plants from garden centres and from local nurseries. There's absolutely nothing wrong with buying plants from nurseries. Beetroot, carrots and parsnips can all be sown in March. You want to sow your parsnips and carrots in the ground directly. You can transplant carrots, but they will fork if you're not careful. So I would recommend growing them directly into the ground. Cover them over with a plank to keep the moisture in and lock that in, and keep them nice and moist as you go, because they do need this moisture to germinate and to grow. Salads, lettuce and Asian greens can all be started in March, and you want to get them in earlier in the season because they will bolt when the weather and the temperatures start to rise. If you can get the plants in this month and they're growing well, you'll enjoy lots of delicious salads through April, May and even into June. Who doesn't love broccoli, cauliflower and kale? Your brassicas, like broccoli, kale, cabbages, Brussels sprouts and cauliflowers, can all be started in March. This is a really busy time of the month, so don't feel like you need to start them all at once. You can take time. It's actually really good to stagger your sowing times and do 1 bit a month or one bit every week and just stagger that. You can even break down a single crop in 2 weeks. So do a little bit of broccoli sowing 1 week and then do it again 2 weeks later. And this means that then you'll have a constant supply of greens through the summer. Again, do not feel overwhelmed and feel like you need to grow all of these seeds. You can buy lots of plants online, and I do this all the time. Moving back inside, start your peppers and your aubergines indoors. Both of these crops are wonderful in the summer, and if you have somewhere warm and sheltered to grow them, then they are worth trying. Some pepper varieties can be grown outside with some limited success, but if you can invest in a plastic greenhouse or a polytunnel, then they will thrive in these spaces. Walled gardens at home do really well for these crops. Make sure you provide your aubergines and your peppers with somewhere between 18 to 22 degrees. This will help them to germinate and it will help them to grow really successfully. If you're liking this video so far, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the like button down below. It will help to send this video out to more people so I can inspire and encourage others to start sowing their seeds in March. Thank you so much. My most exciting and surprising crop for growing this time of the year are melons. You can actually grow melons quite well outside in the UK. All you need to do is make sure you've got enough space for them to grow up indoors, and then you can plant them outside in May when they're a bit bigger and just give them a little bit more warmth. This could be a black plastic sheet, or you could grow them in a greenhouse in a container and they will thrive. I grew amazing watermelons last year. The variety is called Sugar Baby, and I highly recommend for melons Alvaro F1. This is a variety that grows about this big, and you get 2 or 3 little melons. They are wonderful to eat in the summer, and it's such a rewarding and wholesome process. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you found it useful and inspiring. I hope you're as excited as I am to start sowing your seeds in March. If you have any suggestions for seeds that you love sowing in March, or you have any comments that you'd like to add, please do drop them down below. There are so many different types of vegetables that you can get started now, so it's a good idea to get them all down. And if you'd like any further advice on this, I would be happy to make a new video for you. If you'd like to check out any more of my videos, you can find them over here. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!